Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Military Mondays. For those of you who do not know who I am retired Major Brenda Sanchez, and I am the co-author of the best-selling book, Life's Real Currency, with my husband, Michael Sanchez. And we teach businesses how to stay in touch and follow up and love on their clients so that their clients love on them. So we're client retention specialists. And I have an amazing guest here with me today. Shelly and I have known each other for four. Wow, we both zoomed in on that. So about 4 years now, and her and her husband, Brian, right? I got that right.
Yep.
Brian own Family Martial Arts Studio here in Colorado Springs. And even though she is not a veteran and neither is Brian, they support so much the military community that I really wanted to bring her on and interview her today and give you the secret sauce, the secret to having a thriving military clientele, especially here in Colorado Springs, which is a huge military community with Fort Carson, Cheyenne Mountain, Schriever Air Force Base, Peterson Air Force Base, and the Air Force Academy. So we have, our community is filled with military. And so I love supporting businesses that support our military. So I want to show you, Shelly, you want to show the logo, because I thought when I met Shelly, based on their logo, that they were military. As you can see, it's an eagle with the flag. And so I naturally thought they must have a military background, and they don't. So I want her to share why they picked that logo and their love of the military and how they support military families. So with that, thanks for being on the show, Shelly.
Thank you for inviting me, Brenda. So bottom line, what it comes right down to is we started our business about 6 years ago in Colorado Springs. And when we picked our logo, we started off with the eagle because we are all about the eagle. We love how the eagle rises above all of the drama that might be happening, and I call that the clouds. And they, you know, just learning how to soar with the eagles is something that's been very dear to our hearts. So we wanted the eagle somewhere in our logo. And well, actually, you got it on my shirt right there, too.
Right there.
So anyways, when we actually let all of our students decide what our logo was going to be about a year in, once we had kind of gotten settled and all that kind of stuff. And they chose this logo, and it was really neat to hear some of the reasons why they chose the logo. And they would mention things like, I'm going to just put this back up here, but if you notice, right here we have, sorry, comes right down to is 6 years ago. Thank you. Okay. And they would mention things.
It's playing in the video. There we go.
Okay, this here we go. So in the logo, you can see two kicking guys, one that is black behind and one that is white in front. I don't know if you can see that really, really good. And one of the things that people, like, it was so cute because we would ask people, what made you choose this logo? And they would say, well, because it shows that you can work as a family. Like, you know, it looks like a dad and a son. And then somebody else would say, yeah, but it doesn't look like a family to me. It looks like we show diversity because our school is so diverse. And so everybody had all their different reasons, but it was just really cute how everybody's reasons all encompassed everything that we were trying to portray in the first place. So, you know, just the depth behind our school and all that type of stuff. So anyways, that was kind of how we decided on our logo.
That's really cool. And like I said, I saw the logo and I naturally thought that they were a military family, but Shelly has a heart for the military, and I'll let her share because she shared some things with me about being a business owner and I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to let you share.
So one of the reasons why I absolutely revere and respect the military so deeply is because I understand that as a business owner, I would not be able to serve the community that I serve if it were not for you protecting the home front. And to me, that is like such a dear respect that I have for you, and I such an appreciation that I know that you as families sacrifice every single day. You get up and you discipline yourself and you get out there when you would rather hit the snooze button and you would rather not go do what you need to do, but you do it with such pride. And because you do it with such pride, I turn around and want to turn around and serve families just like you who protect our country. And so number one, like I just that's just at the heart of what we do and why we love to serve the military families. And what was the other one?
Well, that's a good start. And then how do you serve the military families? Because they have a unique way of serving military families. And you've shared some stories with me about families that have come back from deployment and that. So share how you support the military, both in contracts and in emotional support.
So I'm going to start with the emotional support. We have obviously a lot of military families that come in and they train, a lot of them train with their children, and that's really, really cool. You get to build that camaraderie and all that type of stuff. But what happens when dad goes on to a deployment or mom goes on to a deployment and the children are left to just figure stuff out? And one of the things that we want to do is we want to fill in the gap. We want to be the role model to military family children so that when you come back from deployment or from wherever you're coming back from, there's not as much of a lull in getting the relationship back together. I had a specific dad that I'm thinking of that he had gone over to Afghanistan, and when he came home, he said, every single time I've ever deployed, I always have a really hard time reconnecting with my baby girl. And he said, especially as she gets older, it's harder and harder to reconnect. Well, because his daughter had been out on the mats with my husband, Mr. Brian, because she had been out on the mats with him, as well as they had done a few private lessons and stuff like that. So even with private lessons, you get that even better connection. When all of that type of stuff happens, he came home and said, I just cannot believe how much closer I feel to my daughter, because I feel like you kind of filled in the missing link that I didn't realize that I was missing every time I was going away. And so we would always have to take so much more time to try to reconnect with her when we got back. And so that was just really neat to just hear him just share how it made such a difference when he came back from his deployment, that he had such a closer relationship with his little girl. So I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. And, we were talking before the show started, and really what they teach at Family Martial Arts Studio is reinforcement of what military parents are trying to teach their kids. But we all know kids don't listen to parents.
Right.
They really don't. But when they're learning all of those skills and the respect, and we talked about some other things. What were the other things we talked about?
The respect, the discipline,
authority,
the focus, the
respecting authority or
exactly.
Authority figures. I mean, they teach all of that at the studio, which just reinforces the military customs and courtesies and that we want our children to learn early on. So they're helping to create that solid foundation for your kids for later on in life, so that as they get to be, middle school, high school, and they go through those tumultuous years, or whatever you want to call them, the challenging years, it really does, right, they have something to fall back on. And the nice thing is especially those kids in middle and high school, I know you have those type of students too. It's really helps to have a community or a family, because that's really rough and cliquey, and kids can get lost in those years. And I just love what Shelly and Family Martial Arts does for kids, and just creating a solid foundation. But they go beyond that, and they support the military families. And I was talking to her about, you know, being a business owner in a highly a very concentrated military town. And she was talking to me about their contracts, and that military members don't ever have to worry about if they're going to deploy or if they're going to be reassigned, because we get orders pretty quickly. You know, yes, you might have a cycle that, you know, it's 4 years, but you never know when you're going to get orders to go someplace else. You could get orders early, it could be late. And they allow the military families to just break the contract, and they just rip it up. And I just thought that was really neat.
So I'm just going to just tag off of that. One of the things that we feel really strongly about is just making sure that we take care of our military. When we do that, you know, we usually do agreements. You know, we agree to show up and teach, and you agree to come to class, type of thing. So, and anytime we do an agreement like that, we want to make sure that you don't have anything in the background that says, yeah, but what if I get deployed? I don't want to be stuck into an agreement that I can't fulfill. And so one of the things that we do is, you give me a 30-day notice. The rest of it is gone. It doesn't matter. That way you can choose the best pricing for you, because obviously the longer the contract you have, the cheaper your rate is going to be. And so you can choose the cheapest rate possible and still not worry about getting deployed, because you know that it's just a 30-day notice. You're going to usually find out within 30 days at least, right? So as soon as you find out, you let me know, and we set your final date, and you're good to go. Like, that's just, we ripped everything else up. That's just the way it is. It's the way we run.
And I love that. I mean, normally I am interviewing military or veteran or spouses of veteran business owners, but when Shelly and I were talking, I'm like, oh, I got to have you on the show, because you support the military.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. And it's about taking care of, we talked about this earlier before the show, it's about taking care of yourself first. And even as parents, as adults, as business owners, if you don't take care of yourself first, then you can't serve other people. And we were talking about it. They just came off a 5-day, I love this. They just came off a 5-day break. After how many days? It's every
10 weeks we'll take 5 days off. And this is designed to help our staff love coming back to the kids. You can get into the day-to-day routine and, you know, keep going over and over again. It can get monotonous if you don't take care of you. And so what we've done is we've put in a system in place that allows us to take care of our staff, so that they can't wait to get back to love on your children.
That's super cool. Well, any last words that you want to share with the audience about family martial arts, or about military?
So I just wanted to, first of all, like, kind of go over what martial arts actually does for kids. And one of the things that people come in all the time and they'll tell me all these different reasons why they want martial arts for their kids. They want focus, they want respect, they want discipline, they want confidence, they want all these things, right? But I really find that everything boils down to 2 different categories. One is discipline, and the other is confidence. If I have a really shy child, they don't need more discipline. They need confidence. However, if I have a class clown, they do not need more confidence. They need discipline. And so it's really finding that balance between what does the child I have in front of me need. And to be quite honest with you, with every parent that comes in, the parents, the kids are, I literally will have, say I have 3 kids come in, 1 will be discipline and 2 will be confidence, or 2 will be confident, or 2 will be discipline and 1 will be confidence. It really depends on how the kids are raised. And so we have this knack of being able to fit the needs of your child in with our program, and with those 2 being the main focus, and it just really, really helps. Now, I also wanted to share what makes us different than regular martial arts. The biggest thing that makes us different is, in regular martial arts, everybody that comes in this month kind of becomes one class. But in our school, we do what's called age-specific martial arts. And what that means is that we're going to take things, we're going to basically split everybody up into their age groups. 3 and 4-year-olds, where are we? 3 and 4-year-olds have their very own class. So you will never have an 8-year-old in with a 3 or 4-year-old. And the reason why we do that is because when you have when you have kids that are, like, say, 7 to 9 years old, they have a specific stage of development that they can do certain things. The 3 or 4-year-olds, they cannot do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take things that are hard or challenging for the different age groups, get them good, and then raise the bar. Get them good again, and then raise the bar again. So that by the time your child finishes our program, on average, our kids are ranking in the top 5 to 10% of kids their age across the country. It is phenomenal, the results that we get. So, like, say for a 5 and 6-year-old, we're working on things like focus, teamwork, control, memory, balance. All those type of things are the things that are really hard or challenging for 5 and 6-year-olds. So if we take those skills and work with them so that they get really good at those, and then, like I said, raise that bar and to get them good again, raise that bar again, get them good again. So that's how we're getting the type of results that we're getting. And it is just absolutely so rewarding to be able to see the kids come in, not be able to do something, and then all of a sudden be able to do it. You know, I know that you do the cards for, now I got to tell you, this has been so amazing for our business. And the reason why, I'm just going to tell you this cute little story. So I had this little boy, he was 7 years old. So we're in the 7 to 9-year-old class. And my husband goes over and he says, okay, everybody, so here's what we're going to do today. We're going to play a game, and it's called wall sits. And whoever can last the longest gets this lollipop. So all the kids are, I want that lollipop. They're all excited, right? So they're all doing the wall sits. After about a minute and a half, this one child starts to cry. And, like, everybody's going, oh my gosh, like, and there's kids dropping off, you know, there's probably, maybe 15, 20 kids in the class. And by the time we get down to, 2 minutes, there's really only about 3 or 4 kids that are left. And this one kid is literally crying. I'm like, Daniel, you do not have to keep doing this. You're good. And he's like, no, I'm not a quitter. And it was so cool. And Mom is sitting there in the sidelines going, you have got to be kidding me. He quits everything. What did you guys do to develop that in him, that he feels like he's not a quitter? I just love that. And literally, like, all the parents in the lobby are literally getting so excited. Like, Daniel, you got this. They're doing it for all the kids, but they're like, they're seeing that he is visibly crying and trying to make it up, and he is continuing. The final 3 kids make it through 7 minutes of a wall sit.
Wow.
I know, 7 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys deserve more than a lollipop. You guys, each one of you, and I have a treasure chest in my office that I'm always looking out for leadership. I'm always looking out for ways that kids can literally show, when they're showing leadership, I'm like, I want to reward that because I want them to know that they can make a difference in their community just by not being a follower, but by being a leader. So anyways, I was able to go in, and the 3 kids that were left, they all got to pick ninja books and, you know, different things like that. So anyways, but the coolest part about it is at the end, I went over to my computer and I was able to send out a card to him that had his picture on the front of him doing a really cool kick. And then on the inside, I actually grabbed a picture of him bawling his eyes out. The kid next to him is literally going like this and like, it's okay, and he's patting him, and it was just like this really precious moment that even the kids are building that camaraderie together. And then I was able to have a picture in minute 7 where he is literally overcoming. He's got this great big huge smile on his face. And so I was able to send him a card that basically said, "Dear Daniel, I am so proud of the perseverance that you showed today. I love when you show that black belt excellence. You are going to make an amazing black belt someday." And I was able to take the card business.
I got chills.
I did too, because I was just like, you made your coach proud today. And I just want you to know that you are going to make an amazing black belt. So just having that tool to be able to give the children a memory of something that they will never forget. I promise you that he will never forget those wall sits. Matter of fact, quite often he comes into me and he says, "Hey, are we going to do wall sits today?" And I'm like, "I don't think it's on the agenda today, buddy, but we do got a lot of fun ninja skills that you're going to learn today." So anyways, just having that tool to be able to support my business and give the kids a memory. I just really appreciate Banner Seasons and how they set things up so that we can actually make a difference in our business like that.
And it's all about loving and appreciating. We all have an invisible sign around our neck, especially kids of deployed parents. They have a sign around their neck saying, "Make me feel loved, make me feel appreciated." And Shelly is amazing at that, and her staff is amazing at that. So if you're here in Colorado Springs or you're getting ready to get stationed in Colorado Springs, I encourage you to look them up and check out Family Martial Arts. Or if you know of anybody that is in the Springs, share this with those families so that they can learn about Family Martial Arts.
I did want to offer a special.
Okay? Yes, please.
So anybody that is interested in just trying it out, we never know if it's a good fit for you until you come in and try it or until your child actually tries it. So we offer a 4-week starter package that is designed to help your child feel like this is a good fit and make sure that it's a good fit for your family. So it's normally 4 weeks for $49. It includes a $50 uniform. It includes 2 private lessons and the remainder of your 4 weeks in classes. It's normally $49, but if you put in the coupon code Brenda at checkout, Brenda,
my name.
I am going to make it half off for anybody who is watching today. So $24.50.
Wow. Yep. Wow. Take advantage of that, especially if you're here in Colorado Springs, or share this video with anybody you know in Colorado Springs, because that's an amazing deal. Even if you have no idea whether martial arts is for you or not, or you're looking for something for your kids and they haven't found that niche, they've tried basketball, they've tried soccer, they've tried other things, and it's not the right thing, give Shelly and Family Martial Arts a try, because her and Brian are phenomenal, and I just love them and their staff.
We would love to make you a part of our family.
Yes.
Come join us.
Yes. With that, I want to say thank you, everyone, for joining us today on Military Mondays. If you would like to stay connected with me and learn about past shows, interviews I've done, or upcoming, you want a sneak preview of what's coming up, I would encourage you to go to militarymondays.info. So militarymondays with an S.info, and fill out your information, and we will stay connected with you and build a relationship with you. And with that, we will see you next Monday on Military Mondays, everyone. Bye. Have a great week.